Hello students, welcome to our English class. Today the class is about yes/no questions for the verb have. As you can see, the last class we were talking about have, the use of have and has. Have for the subjects I, you, we, they, and has for he, she, or it. Today we have some questions, yes/no question. The yes/no question, the answer is yes or no. That's why the name yes/no question. For example, look at the board. Today we have the questions for the auxiliary use do for you and they, we, I. You need this structure: auxiliary, subject, the verb have, and the complement. And logically, as a questions, you need a question mark, question mark, question mark. So, do you have a laptop? Remember, have in this case means tener. Do Sue and Tom have a laptop? In the case of he, she, it, does is at the beginning of the question. Does Henry have a tablet? Does your mom have a tablet? Does your computer have a mouse? So you need these elements in the correct order and positions, and then question mark at the end because questions. Use notice this. Notice this. The auxiliary is at the beginning, do or does, according to the subject. In this case, does he, she, it, and do for the rest of the subject. And logically, this is the difference. Have or have. You don't use has anymore because you have an auxiliary. Does is not necessary has. You have to write the simple form of the verb have. Does Henry have a tablet? And so on. Let's continue with the next part of the class. And then you are going to put in the correct order. This is a very short exercise. Look at the board and continue with the task or the exercise for this. Okay, here you are the task one, unscramble. Unscramble means that you have to put in the correct order the questions. Three questions for this. Logically, you have a question mark. So it means that the question mark is at the end of the question. And don't forget, for questions, you need the auxiliary. What's the auxiliary in this case? Does. What's the auxiliary in this case? Do. What's the auxiliary in this case? Do. Don't forget, the auxiliary is at the beginning of the questions. Okay, please pause the video and do it. And then I'm going to check and write the correct answers. Please pause the video. Okay, this is the correct way. Good work. Does your school have a swimming pool? That's the answer. Very good. Now continue and pause again and do the exercise number 2. Okay, this is the correct way. Very good. If you did this, it's correct. Do Sam and Bill have smartphones? Very good. Pause again and continue doing the number 3. Pause, please. Very good. Well done. Do you have an iPhone? Please remember again that does or do is at the beginning of the questions and the question mark is at the at the end of the questions. Don't forget, that's very important. And then after the auxiliary, you have to mention the subject. In this case, your school is the subject. And the other case, the subjects are Sam and Bill. After do, you. Okay? Don't confuse your school, your with you. It's different. We are talking about you. and this is your school. It's different. And then after the subject, you will find the verb have. Notice this. It's incredible. English is very easy. And then the complement. Logically, you have the question mark at the end of the sentence. Okay? That's the case of the questions. But what happened with the answers? The answers will be yes or no. No more. No extra information. You can say yes or no. I'm going to answer the three questions, and then you're going to try the two ways with affirmative or negative, yes or no. Look at the board and continue the class, please. Here you are. You have other examples, but in this case, you are going to answer the questions. Remember number one. Does your school have a swimming pool? Suppose your school have. Yes, it does. Is it negative? No, it doesn't. Notice that you replace your school. You have to replace your school by the subject it because it's not a person. And then you say yes or no, the subject, and the same auxiliary of this. In this case, does. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Remember, doesn't is the contraction of does and not. That's why the apostrophe up of the N and T, between N and T, because this is the word not. You omit the letter O, so you have to use an apostrophe. Then, the other one. Do Sam and Bill have smartphones? Yes, they do. No, they don't. Notice this. Affirmative yes, negative no. Then the subject for Sam and Bill. They, and the auxiliary for they, do in affirmative and don't in negative. Other questions. Do you, I'm talking about you, do you have an iPhone? When you have a similar question of this and you see the word or the subject you, I'm talking about you in singular or you in plural, all you, all your friends, all your students, including you. So it's in this case you. When you mention this case you, when I'm talking about singular, only you have to answer using the subject I because you say I. Do you? Yes, I. Do you? No, I don't, or I do. Yes, I do. So don't forget you replace for I. In affirmative, yes, I do. In negative, no, I don't. Why you use do or don't? Because I do, I don't. Affirmative or negative. As you can see, you don't have extra information. You just say yes or no. That's why the name of these questions, yes, no questions. So the answer for this, for this question, it's only an affirmative or a negative form. So all of these are short answers. That's why short answers. Because they say yes or no, but they don't give extra information. Okay, student, that's all for today. The class is over. I'm going to give you the homework at home. Don't forget to do it and try to practice. Okay. The use of do or does in negative, don't for do, and doesn't for does. Okay, see you in our next video class, and don't forget to do it. Don't forget to do the homework. I'm gonna give you on a Word document. Bye bye, students. See you next class.